Go ahead.
Hey, let me ask you something without offending you.
Mm-hmm.
Did your dad get you on the late night?
You know what? I'm not going to edit this out. I'm going to let you know that shit right now, bro. Just stay on the video.
I don't give a damn. You're a slow motherfucker.
Oh, man. Start off with the joke. We're going to be so petty tonight. All right, see how it is.
That little skirt shit, that shit ain't even. That what you came about.
You look like pre-nut. You weren't fully complete, weren't you? Oh man. You look clear in the damn broadcast, looking clear. Oh man. Oh. Starting off petty. Loving it.
My dude.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, man, let's go.
Welcome back once again. Thanks for tuning in, people, to the Black and Blue podcast. This your partner, Ice Blue, and my man,
BlackIce.
also known as the Hardy Boys, because we solve mysteries, or maybe not. Big news today.
Uh-huh.
Empire star Jussie Smollett cleared of all charges. All charges dropped.
All 16 charges was dropped.
Charges dropped.
Look at him looking so innocent in his interview picture right here.
Whoa. According to the Chicago Tribune, in exchange, prosecutors said Smollett agreed to forfeit the $10,000 bond he posted for his bond and perform community service. The purported deal appeared to be hastily arranged. Smollett only completed the community service Monday and apparently was not put in writing. Well, it looked like he going free.
Yep. So before
Columbo, let's.
Woo! I guess.
Are you gonna walk it back? You said if he got it off, you said you would. If he got off, you would give that man an apology.
Did I say that?
That's what you said. Don't you say it?
You sure I said that?
I'm positive that you said that. But I ain't sitting here and say he deserved no damn apology.
Yeah. I mean, now I will admit to one thing, and I said it before that 16 charges were excessive, and I thought half those charges were going to be dropped anyway, but I didn't foresee all of them being dropped.
I think one of them charges that they probably had went too far. And he held them on, and they had some type of technicality, you know what I'm saying? He ended up having his lawyer.
Nah, I don't think that would happen, bro. Actually, I did some research today, bro.
Break it down, Columbo.
I'm gonna break it down. People gonna hate me. Bro, because everybody reading the headline that 16, like Jussie was clear of all 16 charges, and they just assumed that the man was found innocent, and that was it. They feel like people feel like it's Chicago PD was coming after him and this, that, and the third.
He was talking bold after the fact, too.
Oh, yeah. Talking real bold, and I'm sure he was. And first off, the CPD was not coming after him like that. He went to CPD. You whipped your own ass and called the cops on yourself. All right? So this not like it was some type of witch hunt against Jussie from the get-go. He brought the police in there. Whooping your own ass is not a crime. It was a crime once he called the police and filed a report. It was a crime. I'm about to be real petty, but I'm gonna be petty with facts.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be petty.
Go ahead.
And that's the worst kind of petty.
Go ahead.
It's one thing to be petty, but I'm petty with facts, and that's what.
Go ahead.
And it's gonna hurt.
Go ahead.
It's gonna hurt.
Go ahead.
So my thing is, because at the last time we had an update about this trial. It pretty much he say it's all about who said what. It was a Jussie versus the brothers, right?
Right.
The Nigerian brothers.
Right.
So if Jussie was freed and dropped free of all charges, and you think he was innocent, logically they would have arrested the brothers, because that means one of them had to lie. They all can't be telling the truth, correct?
That's correct.
So when the charges were dropped, I ain't seen anything about the brothers getting arrested. Only thing I hear is like this unusual case that the judge asked this case to be sealed up and be done for. So which means like y'all really ain't trying to deal with this at all. All right. So for me, I go beyond the headlines. I actually read the details of the case. So so the headline itself was true. He was cleared of 16 charges. Yep, that was done. But how it was done is more interesting though.
Right.
They had an emergency hearing this morning. What was the emergency? Right. Okay. So they had an emergency hearing this morning, and since it was an emergency hearing, CPD had no idea that was going to happen. CPD didn't even find out that Jussie was out of jail or cleared all charges. Well, he was out of jail. They didn't know he was charged. They didn't know he was cleared all charges until we found out. They did not know until the public knew.
Right.
When does that happen? You know what I mean?
Right. They were hit blindsided.
They were blindsided.
They call
right?
it the whitewashing.
The whitewashing of justice.
Whitewashing of justice.
All right. So they had no idea what happened. All right. And then like I said, he forfeited the bond, was unusual. You know what I mean? So, he gave up the $10K. They said more than likely going to the city of Chicago. And also, since it was the emergency hearing, hardly any press was there because nobody didn't know about it. Only press that was around the ones that the lawyer's publicist, I guess, tweeted out to the press or told them, but it wasn't until the very last minute.
Right.
So everything happened very fast today. Very, very fast. So, but yeah, I got quotes, bro. I got notes. I got quotes, bro.
Get down.
Oh man,
you earned this one. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So Chicago Superintendent Eddie Johnson and Emmanuel, Rahm Emanuel, he's the mayor. He used to work for Obama during the first term. Said they were not only furious with the outcome of Tuesday's surprise hearing, but also blindsided by the decision itself, with the officials only learning Smollett would face charges for allegedly faking a hate crime at the same time the public found out. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they made a comment, about the accountability and everything. So I'm going to skip that part. But Emmanuel went on to say, our officers did their hard work day in and day out, countless hours working to unwind what actually happened that night. The city saw his reputation dragged through the mud, which he was already dragged through the mud because we all know they corrupt. And not just the officers' work, but the work of the grand jury that made a decision based on only a sliver of the evidence presented. Because of the judge's decision, none of that evidence will ever be made public.
Right.
Interesting. So, and that's probably why they asked for the case to be sealed. I wonder what's being sealed up that we don't know about.
And you never will know.
Never will know. Meanwhile, First Assistant State Attorney Joseph Maggots told reporters, his name is Maggot today because I don't know how to pronounce his name. Told reporters he still believes Smollett filed a false police report. He said prosecutors stand behind the investigation and the facts, stating this was not an exoneration. So he made a public record to let you be known he was not being exonerated. That was not the case here. But that was in the headlines, though.
Right.
And then Johnson went on to say, at the end of the day, it was Smollett who committed this hoax. So you had the chief superintendent, you got the first assistant state's attorney,
right?
All saying he's still guilty. All right. And like I said, Maggots later told us he faced accountability by doing community service and forfeiting his $10,000 bond payment. He called it a fair and just outcome. But here's more details I didn't know about, though. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox, who recused herself from the Smollett's case,
I knew about that,
previously asked Johnson that the FBI investigate Smollett's alleged attack after the former chief of staff to former First Lady Michelle Obama reportedly contacted Fox to inform her that Smollett's family had concerns about the probe. So, I remember people saying Smollett's money ain't that long to buy himself out, which I agree. But obviously he had some people in his corner.
Right.
While the state attorney's office made the sudden about face wasn't immediately clear, the office issued only a one-sentence statement. At reviewing all the facts and circumstances of the case, including Mr. Smollett's volunteer service in the community, and agreement to forfeit his bonds to the city of Chicago, we believe this outcome is a just disposition and appropriate resolution to this case. So nobody's saying that the man was innocent. So once again, social media is running rampant with the headline and nobody reading the damn article. All right. So basically, he got off.
So you owe him an apology.
I don't even know how to phrase that real apology, because I always thought if all charges were dropped, it's because he was innocent.
But no, but
he's not innocent. So how should I phrase this apology?
Yes, I'm sorry, Jussie.
I'm sorry, Juicy, that he didn't get caught up in the system.
And on that note, let's go with your boy Michael Avenatti, man. He represented Stormy Daniels in the lawsuit against Trump. Now they said that boy tried to hit Nike up for $20 million.
Man, you know what? Nobody was talking about why he was doing that. So we be asking the wrong damn questions when you find out we read these damn headlines. Because the first thing we see about the lawyer, first thing came to mind was Trump, Stormy Daniels, Robert Kelly, and all this other mess.
Right.
But I want to know, okay, what exactly did he do to Nike? Now, mind you, it was more than just the Nike and trying to extort Nike. He was trying to extort Nike for up to $20 million, I think. But it was also for defrauding a bank in Mississippi by getting a false tax returns to get like a $4 million loan. And it's for mismanaging another client in Cali of the settlement money. So, he promised. So, I guess the client of his got settlement money, and instead of giving it immediately to his client, he used that money to pay off some debts. Then eventually paid him. Okay. All right. So, just get that out of the way. The Nike thing, I was really curious, but the Nike thing kind of really what sparked my attention. So, as far as Nike, what I heard was, it's funny, too, because he tweeted that he was about to make a big announcement against Nike 15 minutes before they arrested him. 15 minutes. Like, yo, Nike, if you had something against you, 15 minutes later, he was arrested. So they had to stop him from whatever he about to say. They had to stop him. Okay. And then from my understanding,
everything ain't what it seems.
You know what I'm saying? So, and from my understanding, he had evidence of Nike giving money to people associated with them to give to the top basketball players in the U.S., like the high school players. Or I won't say high school and college, but either way, they're students. And that's the big scandal because, student athletes not supposed to receive any money. So, and which I believe he probably did really have evidence because, you see what happened in Zion recently, So,
the Hardy boys, get it, man.
Damn, boy. So I ain't saying he's not a dirty lawyer. I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he's a dirty lawyer. But here's my thing is, things are not black and white. They're not black and white, man. As kids, we grew up thinking that everything is about good versus evil, and it's not. It's one big gray area. So same thing with Jussie Smollett and CPD. CPD is a crooked department, no doubts about it. But something they're going to be right on. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we hear with this Avenatti case. Avenatti probably really did have some evidence against Nike. And Nike pumped the brakes on that thing. You know what I mean? But, and I think that the bigger issue and it's funny because right now we're in the middle of March Madness? Yep. And, and they had, the NCAA had the same problem, with basketball like they do with the football, man. Like these kids need to be getting paid for what they're doing. Like at one of these college games, they're charging Super Bowl ticket prices at the basketball game, the one that Obama went to, and the kids ain't getting none of that stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to they working their butts off. Got to think about it. They still got to do their schoolwork on top of that, and wear and tear on your body. And then if you don't make the league, with a very low percentage might get to the league, and if you need a chiropractor or any other medical procedure for the rest of your life, they come out of your pocket. So
or not. You ain't gonna get it done. You just
you're not gonna get it done. You don't have the money to get it done. So So I think that's the bigger issue. So we need this whole podcast about making people smarter again, man. Even now, man, and it was so sad to be on social media and watch so many people get so sucked up into the headline that y'all don't pay attention to the details. But we always knew it's not about the truth, about who controlled the narrative.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
Speaking of sports, take a little side gamble on, Papa John's. As we talked before and joked, that's like one of my favorite pizza spot. But I ain't messed with it since your boy went on this little rage a few years back. Now Shaq has been named is buying a few franchises. Is going to be a spokesperson. What you think on your boy Big Shaquille O'Neal?
First, we do a shout out to Shaq's ashy beard. I don't know why his face looks so ashy in all his pictures, man. I guess that gray not a good fit for his face. I don't know, man. I had to go there. Hey, get your money, man. I'm not gonna knock him from getting his money, man. I'm not gonna knock him. He playing the game, so. But I still not eating that pizza, and to me, Marco's still it's like 10 times better than Papa John's to me.
I like Marco's and Papa John's. They're my two favorite spots.
But you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me Papa's better than Marco's, bro. You say that shit, that's a damn lie.
Different vibes.
Yeah, get your money, Shaq. But yeah, he's investing in, I want to say, 9 different restaurants in the Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. They paying him for a 3-year deal. I think it's between $4 to $8 million. He getting some money.
Yeah, he on a few Krispy Kremes out here.
He getting all the fast food money. Get it, Shaq.
Speaking of getting it, man, your boy Jay-Z, man, on his Blueprint album, man, inducted into the Library of Congress National Recording Program. Salute, Jigga.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I never been a big Jay-Z fan.
Well, you always hate on Hov, man.
And I ain't gonna lie, man, but this is the first and only album that I bought of Jay-Z that I enjoyed. And I really because of Kanye. Cause Kanye the one that did production most of this album, right? Yeah.
Timberland.
And yeah, Timbo.
Swizz.
Who keeps getting Swiss track placements? I'm sorry, man. I can't tell you last time I heard a real dope Swiss beat. You think? I mean, cause last, and I'm not counting that Lil Wayne shit either, cause he stole that shit from G-Dep. But who produced it originally?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he ain't made that one from scratch. He just flipped the sample basically. So I'm not getting props on that one. But like even when Swiss on the Kanye albums lately, like every Swiss placement I hear, I'm like, why you put Swiss on the album? But yeah, anyway.
Well, you must Jay-Z and Swizz Beatz must have did something to you. I'm sorry, Swizz.
Yo, man, like
damn.
I give Jay-Z as his props as I give his props as an entertainer and as a rapper. I mean, for what he's done,
okay, and
for the money he's made. Like I always said, man, I don't have to like your work to respect what you're doing. I'm not a Beyonce fan either, but I respect. But I do believe that Beyonce is one of the hardest working entertainers in the business. And I think Jay-Z is too. I mean, the business movie he has made, only one that probably come close to Jay-Z and probably top Jay-Z was Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? As far as on the business tip. So, but yeah, man, shout out to Jay-Z. And I'm not saying that he's trash, because I do think Jay-Z is a talented rapper. Just because I'm not feeling your body as a work doesn't mean you're a bad rapper. I do want to make that clear. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm calling him trash. Like, I ain't saying that. It's just not my vibe. I'm from the South, bro. Yeah.
You done?
I'm done, bro.
All right, damn. Next.
Oh man, it's funny. Man. You know what the funny thing about it is, man. Blue not even sitting in the chair right now. This nigga floating right now. I'm the one in the chair.
Oh man,
go ahead, man.
Oh man, salute also, man. Dr. Dre, man, this little girl, man, she got accepted into USC. You know, they're getting a little bit of feedback, you know, because he donated a bunch of millions, him and Jimmy Iovine, to the their music department over there. So they were like, yeah, she really get in. But you know, the young lady worked, man. Salute to you, my sister.
You know what? It was more than just the money. I found out this dude got his name on a building on the campus already.
Of course he does.
What's
wrong with this? She's trying to say
it's nothing wrong. No. I'm saying he shouldn't say what he said. I ain't gonna say that. You got your name on a building at the same school, bruh.
But the thing is, but I'm surprised they're coming from you, because you always talk about, you know, like with white institutions, with people going to Harvard and stuff, and they great grandparents or somebody's name is on the building, and they go there too. So what's wrong with him setting tradition with that?
No, I had no problem with it.
You just hating for no reason.
No, I'm hating on the fact. I'm hating on two things.
Why you gotta be mad?
I'm hating on two things, bro. One, that he shouldn't try to crack a joke when, you know, you basically, she was going to get in regardless because your name is on the building, bro.
What was the joke?
Well, he know he going in about the whole scandal with the white people, with rich white people paying to get their kids in college.
Well, what did he say? What was the joke?
Oh, that's what it said here. Like, yeah, my daughter got accepted into USC all on her own, no jail time. That's the problem I have with that post. He was trying to crack a joke.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, you just did what they did. You just did it on a different level. Not to take away from her, because like I'm pretty sure she got the grades to get in. I know you're trolling me right now.
I know you are, cause man, you just.
But here's number two. I'm getting on.
Respect your L. You just knocked on Jay. You just knocked on.
Now, yo, if you want to go there, bro, they both sold out. So I ain't yo.
Wow.
Yo, Dre been sold out, bro. All right. And number 2, you name your daughter Truly.
Who named their daughter Truly?
That's the girl's name, bruh. Her name is Truly.
Truly.
Yeah, like truly yours, nigga.
I mean, maybe when him and his lady together, they was listening to Lionel Richie music and they conceived it.
Shut up! You enough for that. Stop it. Stop it.
All right. We go back on straight for a minute, man. All right.
But salute to the daughter, because I'm pretty sure she did work hard. I'm pretty sure she's a challenging young lady.
Yeah, for sure. What's up with your girl Cardi B, man? She passing around Jello pudding too.
Bruh. The double standard in this society,
what
bro.
What exactly did she say?
Now, you know what? I thought it was a recent IG live, but I just found out right before the broadcast that it was actually it was from 3 years ago. But it's still relevant, but she still said it.
Right.
And she said, when she had hustle for some money, and she was stripping, and you know how dudes be trying to pay for the happy ending type shit. She said she'd bring him back to a hotel room, she'd drug him up, then rob him. And so, of course, people said with the outrage act, she raping, and so women would quickly defend Cardi. And when I say women, I'm speaking in general, not speaking of all women. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, well, she never said she raped him. She said she just drugged him and robbed him. And I'm like, y'all really think she gave him a drug so strong that sex wasn't involved? So like she probably slept with them too, and then robbed them. Like, what drug will knock you straight? She wasn't using drugs. She was using chloroform at that point. That's the case. But it's so funny. It's so many of her fans coming out saying, "Oh, that's old news. She don't do that no more. This, that, and the third."
Cosby don't do it no more either.
and that's the biggest thing, man. Because one was accused of it, other one admitted to it. You know what I mean? And on lives but even just take away the whole Bill Cosby factor. We just take that off the table.
Yeah, that's just a joke.
Yeah. Just take that off the table. Let's just say if a man said the exact same thing that Cardi said, and he did that to women, how would y'all reacted to that? I think it's supposed to be totally different. Only other man I can think of who probably could say that and get away with it is Drake. Because women love some Drake. It's like. But I just want to acknowledge the double. Now, I ain't saying Cardi should be canceled or not. I don't know. Don't really care. I just want to acknowledge the fact that it is a double standard. Like, don't be sitting here and, like, it's just so funny with all this selective outrage in 2019, man. Like, I quickly bring up stuff from 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Right.
On a dude. And then, like, it's a woman that you love. Oh, it's old news now. You know what I mean? And, I'll just point out the double standard in that.
Okay.
That's all.
And we're going to close it out on a high note, man. Since the boy 21 Savage been home. 21 Savage been home. He talked, he's back on that literacy grind, teaching the youngins about financial literacy, bank accounts, money management, investments, that type of thing. And
and this not, let me know, this is not a new program. He started last year, but the reason why we're talking about it now, because ever since he got
arrested,
and he had to stay here, right? And so once he found, because they postponed his court date or something, so since that happened and since he wasn't deported, he resumed his program. And so recently he went to a Decatur school. I forgot the name of the school already. But he went to Decatur school this past week, and he continued. And this time he brought company with him. He brought I want to say House Representative Hank Johnson with him. And so he brought he spoke to the class and everything, and he gave them $100. So it was third and fourth graders, and everyone who attended got $100 to start off their bank account.
Right.
So but yeah, shout out that the fact that he's still continuing his work when he could be just. So, and he would have stopped everything and just focused on him staying in here, I wouldn't even blame him. But for the fact he still trying to take time and continue doing what he was doing, most props.
Much props, 21, man. And on that note, we back out. We gonna see y'all. Check y'all again next week. Black and Blue Podcast, the Hardy Boys, and we gonna be solving more entertainment mysteries and sleuth. One.